Hello everybody, and welcome back. Today we're not actually playing any mods at all. I'm actually playing Bedrock Edition with the Minecraft movie add-ons, so enjoy the background gameplay. The other day I got a comment on my YouTube channel, and it got me thinking about the Minecraft horror community just a little bit. The comment read, "Hi, I just wanted to ask about the consistent use of PNGs in your thumbnails and question what your stance/intention is by using them. It's not a big deal, but I worry about the potential of clickbait as the entities in these PNGs are not part of the mod, and I just hope they weren't used for this purpose. It's recently come out that a lot of Minecraft horror YouTubers who do things like this in their thumbnails have been continuously faking and/or stealing content for videos, and I just don't want to see you go down the same path, as I really genuinely enjoy your content and have been for around 2 months now. If you do continue using random PNGs in the thumbnails, I think you should credit the artist in the description of the video. I hope you take this into account for future videos and continue to rise up as one of the best in the community." I've kept the poster anonymous just for the sake of their privacy, but I really appreciate the comment. The comment is actually pretty insightful, and I really appreciate the support as well. That genuinely means a lot to me. Now, as far as using PNGs in thumbnails go of entities that aren't actually in the video, there's a few different topics I want to bring up in this video. I'm not going to be throwing shade at anybody. If you guys are expecting like a drama-filled video, this is not it. But I'm just here to talk about the slight controversies in the Minecraft horror community and kind of give my opinions on them, but in no way am I trying to throw shade at anybody. That's not what's happening here. Everyone here is just having fun, playing horror mods, and, you know, just having a good time. Now, the entities in the thumbnails that aren't in the videos. When I started doing Minecraft horror videos, my first ever one, I put an entity in the thumbnail that someone said was called R2. I'm not actually sure what its name is. It's from an analog horror series somewhere, but basically I took a screenshot of my video of something that, you know, like an actual place I went in the video, and then I added the entity over the top in Photoshop. I didn't edit the entity into the video or anything. The video is just as it was just raw. Yes, the thumbnail, I added an entity in that I thought looked interesting and engaging, and added it into the thumbnail as a form of marketing. I've seen a lot of horror YouTubers do this, and they will put an entity in the thumbnail from analog horror, or sometimes they'll even just take a picture of themselves and they'll Photoshop it to look scary and they'll put it in the thumbnail. Now, this is where the premise of clickbait comes in, because I know to a lot of people it might seem like clickbait, because in the thumbnail there's an entity and there's some text on the screen that says, you know, a spooky phrase, and then in the video that entity doesn't actually show up. There's potentially another entity that shows up in the video, or no entity shows up at all. That's happened in my videos sometimes. There is no entity. The entity has just been toying with me in the background, and it's more of like a psychological horror video. I don't know if any other Minecraft horror YouTubers have come out and said this yet. I do this for engagement reasons. I have uploaded YouTube horror videos, Minecraft horror videos to YouTube without entities in the thumbnail that just have a screenshot of the in-game landscape or the entity from the mod. YouTube doesn't push that as much into the algorithm as it does when you create almost like a movie poster style thumbnail. If you create a thumbnail that has an entity crawling over a block towards the camera with like this tagline next to it, that does so much better than any other thumbnail that you can put out, from what I've seen and what I've experimented with, and it just does better for engagement. Now, as of right now, I'm really grateful to be able to say this, but YouTube is kind of my full-time thing. It used to be my full-time thing, and I was making a very different style of content about 4 years ago, and then I kind of stopped uploading for a while, but ever since I've been uploading Minecraft content, you guys have been showing insane amounts of support, and I've been getting a lot of messages saying, "Hey, I really appreciate how genuine you are, and I just really like your content. I hope you grow," which means a lot to me. And in order to continue growing, I have to look at my analytics, and I have to look at what works and what doesn't work and cater to that. When I upload my videos and I put thumbnails up that have an entity in them, like a humanoid looking entity, I do that because it's better for engagement. Sometimes I won't, and that video usually doesn't do as well, but because this is kind of my full-time thing, I'm just trying to grow the channel, and in my eyes, it's always been the same as marketing. Now, I am going to change the topic in a second, because I do want to segue into the faking content part of the comment that I received. But before I do that, I want to just kind of talk about clickbait as a whole. I know that YouTube does have problems with clickbait. That's not even debatable. There are so many videos out there that the video is just completely different than what the thumbnail says. However, with these Minecraft videos, or at least mine, I like to think that my thumbnails are almost like a poster, like an advertisement. It's like when you go and see a movie, as I said earlier, a movie poster. You walk into the theater and you see the poster for a movie, and the same way that in my YouTube videos, the exact thing that's happening in the thumbnail doesn't happen in the video, in that very same breath, when you go to a movie theater and you see a movie poster with characters doing a certain thing in the thumbnail, they might not actually be doing that in the movie. Or you see a trailer for a movie and there's a cut scene in the trailer. The marketing for a movie and the same thing for a YouTube video, it sometimes differs from the actual content, but not to a point where you're advertising something completely different. When I'm uploading a YouTube video, the same way that you'd upload a movie trailer or post a movie trailer, I don't think they call it uploading movie trailers when they make big budget Hollywood movies. When I upload a YouTube video, I like to make the thumbnail as engaging as possible, as clickable as possible, without straying too much from what the actual video is about. I wouldn't upload a regular Minecraft Let's Play and market it as a really scary horror video. I wouldn't put a horrifying entity in the thumbnail if it wasn't a horror video. It's still a horror video, and it's still about an entity. And sometimes I've put an entity in the thumbnail in a video where there is no entity, but there's very clearly an entity toying with me. In my head, the way I think about it is that entity is what is messing with me in the video. You just can't see it. It's not showing itself. The threat isn't constantly in my face every 2 seconds. It's behind the scenes, and we know it's there, and it's playing with me, but it won't show itself, and that makes it scarier. The premise of clickbait in general is quite interesting, because I suppose you could almost label anything clickbait, bar the obvious clickbait where the video, like I said earlier, doesn't match up with the thumbnail at all. Movie trailers are clickbait. Those McDonald's posters where the burgers look absolutely perfect, and then you go to McDonald's and you get the flattest burger you've ever seen in your life, those posters are clickbait. You're not getting that exact same burger that was manufactured for the poster. You're getting a version of that, but they have airbrushed it and they've made it look perfect for the marketing and the advertising, so that then you go to McDonald's and you buy the product. That's just kind of how marketing and advertising works, and I'd like to be as open and transparent about that as humanly possible. So yeah, to answer your question, I suppose I do clickbait, if that's what we want to call it. I like to just think about it as advertising and marketing my videos to you guys, or to new viewers, because returning subscribers will potentially watch the videos anyway, but in order to get new viewers for the channel, it's best to make the most engaging thumbnails possible, because if I do listen to the advice and just don't make engaging thumbnails, or if I don't try and advertise them as best I possibly can according to my analytics and what the analytics are saying is working, then the videos don't do as well. I understand some people won't see it the same way as me. They'll say that it's different, and they'll say that clickbait does exist on a much broader scale, but I personally think clickbait exists on a much smaller scale. Clickbait is a YouTube term. It's YouTube slang, and clickbait as a premise has existed ever since advertising has existed. Ever since TV became a thing, or even before TV became a thing and posters were up all over the place and we were riding on horses like we're in Red Dead 2 or something. That was all clickbait. Clickbait is just new slang. So when someone claims clickbait, unless it, again, obviously is clickbait, I like to think of it as just advertising. It's just advertising. You're just calling out advertising. You're just advertising your channel and your videos in order to get new people watching the videos and build a bigger community and build a career. And especially for me, because this has become a full-time thing as of right now, I don't know how long it will last. I don't even know if it will last. It's a very difficult career choice because you never know when it could all just go down the drain. You just kind of have to keep working and working, and trying to be as engaging as possible can be really exhausting sometimes, but it's so much fun. I hope I'm making sense. I hope you guys are understanding. I'm basically just saying that clickbait is just advertising, unless you are making a video that is completely different. But I like to think my videos are horror videos. I don't market them as anything but what they are. If a video is not a horror video, I will not make a thumbnail like that. But if it is a spooky video, then I'll put an engaging looking entity in the thumbnail. If I am able to find whoever photoshopped the original entity, then sure, I will take into account that I should probably credit them in the description. And that much I do agree with, 100%. I think credit where credit is due for artists is always great to do if possible. I might consider doing my own photoshopped entities for thumbnails, but yeah, sometimes the entities in my thumbnails do not show up in my videos, and I want to just be transparent with you guys because, you know, we're all human beings here. This isn't just like a content farm. I do really like what I'm doing. I'm very passionate about what I'm doing, so I want to be as honest and transparent as possible. Coming over to a more controversial point. Faking videos. Now, the comment specifically that spurred me to make this video mentioned that horror YouTubers who make the same style of thumbnails that I do are often caught faking or stealing content. Now, this is interesting because I've never heard of someone stealing content, but I have heard of people faking content, and I did mention it in a video I think about a week ago. Faking content, we'll get to stealing in a minute. Faking content is something I don't do. I'd like to keep it that way. I don't want to have to force events, ideally, but at the same time, just because I don't do it, I'm not going to flame anyone who does do it. I understand that for some people, making the content is more important than experiencing the mod. And for some people, if events are happening too slow and let's say they don't have enough time to record, maybe they're going to quote unquote fake some content. They're going to force some events to happen in a mod like the Broken Script or in any other horror mod. They're going to spawn in some entities and then act like they haven't seen it and they didn't know what was going on. If they can act pretty well, sometimes it might be difficult to pick up on. So yeah, that is obviously something that happens. I personally don't have a problem with it. It's just not something I do because I don't really enjoy doing it. If I start to script too much, everything just starts to feel really robotic, and I'd rather just experience these mods naturally as they were intended, but I'm not going to sit here and flame people who do that because they're making engaging content to watch. At the end of the day, if people are watching it and there are a handful of people that are enjoying it, I see no reason to be mad at them. They're just doing what they like doing, they're making videos that they're enjoying making, and they're having a good time. And at the end of the day, that's what we're all doing, and I don't really want to flame anyone for that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that inherently. I think that's probably a good thing, right? That everyone's enjoying themselves and having a good time. Whether content is faked or not, it doesn't really affect me all that much. If I just didn't enjoy that kind of content, I wouldn't really watch it because I don't feel like faking things in horror Minecraft is a sin per se. Like I've already said, I'm repeating myself now, but I won't be doing that on this channel. Until further notice, I would let you know before I start doing things like that. I like to experience things and get raw scares. It's way more interesting, I think, and that's just how I like to make videos. But again, I will not flame other creators for making videos the way they want to make them because that's just the way they want to make their videos. And that might just be how they enjoy doing it. And just because it's not the same way I like to make my videos, I'm not going to sit here and flame them for that. I just want people to have fun. YouTube should be a engaging and welcoming community for everyone. This is what I do have a problem with though. Stealing content. I haven't heard of this personally, and I don't quite know what's going on with it or really the whole premise behind it, or what kind of extent we're going to with stealing. But when you're talking about stealing content, if you are talking about people stealing content in terms of just re-uploading other people's videos, that is wrong. That is content stealing. That is just re-uploading and posting the same video someone else has uploaded, potentially dragging viewership away, because if someone watches the video you've re-uploaded, they now probably won't click on the other one, or if they do click on the other one, they'll be like, oh, I've already seen this, and then they won't watch that video, and then that creator won't get any watch time or support from that. That is really terrible behavior, and I know people have done it in other communities. I didn't know people had done it in the Minecraft community. That is a shame to know that that is happening. So if we can combat that where we can, that would be amazing. But I haven't personally seen it yet, so I can't really talk about it. I can't really speak on it as of right now. As far as stealing content goes, for like content ideas, I think that's also a very broad term. It's very difficult to talk about that kind of thing. Again, I can come back to the movie talk, when we talk about movies and movie posters and whatnot, when we were talking about that earlier. A lot of movies have the same kind of premise. Let's take the Five Nights at Freddy's movie and Willy's Wonderland. Willy's Wonderland is an incredible movie, very obviously inspired by Five Nights at Freddy's. I wouldn't call it a direct copy, I wouldn't boycott the movie, and I wouldn't flame the movie just because it was heavily inspired by Five Nights at Freddy's. I know a lot of horror Minecraft YouTubers are inspired by one another, and I think that's a good thing. I don't know if this is something that people are talking about, I'm just going to cover it because it popped into my head, but I think content creators making the same type of content is good. It opens the door for collaboration. It also allows for healthy competition, and I think those are great things. Competition and collaboration are both amazing for growth for individual content creators, and that's such a good thing. I don't think anyone has ever like stolen my ideas. If they have, then, you know, good on them. I suppose like they've taken my ideas and they've been inspired and they've made their own version of it and they've kind of twisted it and made it their own. And I think that's a good thing. I think that's really, really cool. And I'd be really chuffed if I found out that someone was inspired by my content and they were, you know, that made them want to make their own. I wouldn't want to gatekeep my own content. You know, I'm playing Minecraft at the end of the day, so if people are inspired to make Minecraft content because they like my content so much, personally, to me, I know it's not the same for everyone, to me that would be almost endearing. That's really, really cool, and I just kind of want everyone to succeed and everyone to have a good time. So in terms of stealing content in that regard, I'd say that's almost not even stealing content. That's just being inspired by what someone else is doing and saying, hey, I want to do that, and then doing it yourself. Re-uploading content that is someone else's that you have not transformed at all, that is wrong, and people should be punished for that, and they should not get away with that. But anyway, that is the end of today's video. I hope I've not offended anybody. I hope I've not come across as like I'm flaming anybody. That's really not what I'm trying to do here at all. I'm really just trying to address this comment, which was a really lovely comment. It was a really, really nice supportive comment. Thank you very much for commenting that, because it led me to making this video. I hope you guys are having an amazing evening, night, morning, afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you. I hope you are having an amazing day. Don't really have much else to say. I might make a follow-up on this video depending on the reception this video gets. To any other Minecraft horror YouTubers that have made it to the end, keep doing your thing. Please don't steal any content. Please don't re-upload other people's videos. That's the one thing on here that I'm going to disagree with morally. Please don't do that. But keep doing your thing. If uploading videos with entities in the thumbnail is getting you engagement and it's helping build your community and people are having a good time and you are entertaining your subscriber base, that is what matters. Entertaining the people that have hit the subscribe button on your channel, that is what matters. I am looking to collaborate as well. I will probably reach out to some of you guys in the future as well. I would love to collaborate with some other Minecraft horror YouTubers at some point. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day. Like I've already said, I'm just going around in circles repeating myself now. I am waffling, dude. I am waffling. So yeah, have a great rest of your day. Enjoy yourselves, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.